What up, y'all? Y'all get on in here, man. Is buying coochie the same as taking her out to dinner? Taking her out uh to the motherfucking fair. Taking her out to the motherfucking the movie theater. Taking her to Top Golf. It's all this shit the same. It's just saying fuck it. Let me give you 150 for some of this say. Go let me be yo. You hear me? Go let me eat that pussy real good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wanna see what y'all got to say about this, man. Y'all come on in here. I done sent a link to my homegirl. She supposed to come in here and you know, we gonna see what it do. We gonna see what she think. Get anybody opinion on this kind of topic. We gonna get the opinion on this topic. You hear me? Will you come out cheaper? Yeah, will you come out cheaper just by paying for that ass, man? Will you come out cheaper? For real, you ain't got to go through a lot of stress. You ain't got to go through all that arguing. Uh, None of that shit. Nigga just had you a good old happy time. Had you a good old happy time. Yeah, had you a good old happy time, man. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Emmanuel? What's up, Emmanuel? This baby C Nutt. Welcome to the baby C Nutt show. And the C stand for cops. Police detective ass nigga. CSI Miami, NYPD New York, motherfucking me North Memphis Police Department, Elevator Arkansas Police Department. Y'all get on in here, man, and I wanna talk. I wanna see what's going on. Don't worry about me smoking in my car. It's illegal to smoke in your car, man. Yeah, nigga. Car. You don't worry about what I'm doing in my car.
Baby C Nut,
What's up, Miss B?
what's going on?
Can you hear me? You in and out of you straight?
I got these AirPods on. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your screen freeze a little bit, but just keep talking though. But long as I can hear you, we good.
Let me see. Let me put my other one on.
Oh, you straight now. I can hear you real good now. Your screen ain't freezing or nothing.
Okay. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, Miss B, sitting back on this Saturday morning. I'm been at that plantation all week. Just blogging, just trying. Saying a lot of times the nigga be fools trying to get on this motherfucking talk about something.
What you mean?
Earlier talked about how I be like that nigga Kevin Gates, the LA Lakers and shit. And but this yeah, you should have known LeBron James wasn't having that. He come in the Lakers game with his shirt unbuttoned, showing them titties and them Can you hear
You
me?
break it. Yeah, you was breaking up. You say who was showing some titties?
Kevin Gates showing his titties and them tattoos and titties at the TNT, tattoos and titties at the game.
His new woman, like, do you think that it's genuine, or you think that's like for, like, he just moving still kind of like out of hurt and still trying to heal? Because he portray himself to be a healer and on a healing journey. And do you think he really healed, or what you think? You think this new relationship is like authentic?
The healing ain't working right. If you were really healing actual like you supposed to be healing, you ain't finna be going around jumping in folk business, making crazy comments, talking about uh uh um why LeBron James, why don't look at him like how the white girl look.
Yeah,
How
I
you
seen
know
that.
how you even know how the white girl's looking at him if you ain't looking at him like that?
That's right. Hmm.
You the first rapper come to the end by eating booty. Got all these niggas everywhere on 6, zone 7, zone 4, everybody eating booty. You feel what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
healing process, you can tell that ain't going on because look at all this shit. He want to talk about LeBron this and that. Want to get in LeBron James. Why? Cause LeBron James, why they want to shake his hand? You know how them basketball players be doing? They ain't doing a bunch of gang banging.
Yeah.
And LeBron James, why she didn't want to do that in front of all them people like this? She a woman. A woman ain't finna be doing all this like this. She's a woman. That's why she looked at LeBron like, no. And then when Kevin Gates saw that, speaking on what he should buy,
Yeah.
but now and then the new relationship, right? Like you say, this new relationship, they make a perfect goddamn couple. Cause both of them ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn freaks.
And that's what I'm saying.
They make a good couple. They
Yeah.
they ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn freaks. And then they supposed to be he supposed to be Muslim. He supposed to be all with this religion type shit. If you don't
Hmm.
find you supposed to be with some kind of peace within yourself where you ain't trying to start no drama, where you ain't even trying to entertain no drama
Yeah,
type
because
shit.
Muslims are about unity and peace, not separation and uh chaos and all that shit, confrontation and all that shit. Now they're about peace.
Yeah. And Kevin Gates, he just a character, just like all these other rap niggas. He just putting on an image. Yeah, a lot of these niggas done really been to the
Mm-mm. That's facts.
I ain't, it freezing up a little bit.
I'm freezing up.
Well, as long as you talk, I can hear you. Cause sometimes when that motherfucker freeze up, it'll kind of have your mind trick when a motherfucker actually talking, the video moving and shit. So you don't know if you froze, what the hell going on.
Yeah, it be lagging.
Yeah. But yeah,
Hmm.
like I say, he missing Drinker.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
but
missed Drinker. Drinker. Uh,
I feel like
go
I
ahead.
feel like I feel like he got too much pride to try to. backpedal. But I believe, she would try to take him back and work that shit out. That's the vibe I get from Drika. She's seems very humble. I believe she would take him back, but I believe he got too much pride to even try to go back because he done did too much since they ain't been together. He done did too much. He done made songs about her and all this. Done really disrespected her. And now he popping out. Now he popping out with Britney. His 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 Musalina. He done
Yeah,
popped out with his Musalina. Oh.
she got it fucked up. Yeah, he done made cause see I didn't and then like I didn't even know he done I know he made that one song about that trainer, him and her about the training shit. That was the only song I ever known. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's
But
the
I
one I'm
remember that
talking about.
once. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Man, but she man, ain't no telling what the fuck Kevin Gates had going on.
Yeah. I know. I
Yeah,
don't know. It was a female or the trainer was a man or a woman? The trainer was a man or a woman?
it was a man. The trainer was a
Yeah.
man.
I don't think Drake did that unless they had a threesome and he just ain't saying that part. I don't think Drake did that.
And
But
that,
yeah,
that's what it be a lot of time. Cause Kevin Gates, come on now, cause we already know they were doing that shit. Him and Greek on some shit, cause he was rapping about all this shit. So, like you just said, what it was when when these couples go to engaging with that type of shit, then all of a sudden one of them go behind the other and back on some shit,
yeah,
and then it become a big problem. And I guarantee you that
yeah,
he rap he this nigga rap about actually being in the same room with another man running a truck. I don't want to do that. That ain't now.
yeah. And he introduced her to all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, that's little boy shit. Niggas that want to run train on a woman, and for her, she getting players out of it because it. But that's and she getting the pleasure out of it. A lot of women be like, oh, you ain't had nothing unless you had a dick in your pussy and a dick in your mouth at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
I done heard
What?
this shit before, man.
No, no. I totally feel you, but this is the thing. See, that shit right there, what you talking about that they was doing, I don't really look at that as like a train. You know what they was doing back in the gap. I think it's a difference between a train and a threesome. That's just my opinion. Now, what they was doing, I think that if it was two men involved and Drika, I believe that was a threesome. They was enjoying her body. I done heard Kevin Gates speak like that of that. They enjoying her body. Because matter of fact, I think I watched one of his interviews. He was talking about that. But I don't look
Yeah,
at
but
that
I
like
understand.
it's a difference between a train. Like these just might be some random niggas or something, or it ain't no feelings attached to this shit, and they just bam, bam, bam on you. But what they was doing, what Kevin Gates was doing, I don't look at that like as a threesome. Like they got a purpose for what they was doing. It was all about the
Okay, see,
pleasure. It was all about the pleasure with what Kevin Gates and Drika was doing. But a train, like, it's just to get a nut. Like, it ain't no, we finna take our time
yeah,
and do this.
and
You feel
and
what
I
I'm saying?
and I understand. And I understand what you're saying. Trust me, I understand exactly what you're saying. But when I say the meaning of a train, I really am just talking about more than two people. But I understand a threesome is when people when we done agreed to do this. We done
So
agreed
do
to
you?
this. But
So
a
do you?
train, I
So
know what
so
the train is.
so like if it was three niggas with one girl, you call it a train if their intentions is to have a foursome? Do you still look at that as a train because it's them three niggas?
You can, you can. That's if in no relationship they got that they dealing with. If she ain't in a relationship with one of them, I can say yeah, that's called a train. But if she dating one of these guys or whatever, a threesome is a threesome. Threesome is just three people. You feel me? But anything way different.
Okay, so what about
You feel me?
if you gotta like okay, what about if I was fucking with a nigga? Me and a nigga don't go together, but we locked in, you know what I'm saying? We like that type of sexual activity. But then he bring three of his homeboys or two of his homeboys. But me and him already got an understanding that this is what we do. You know, this is the type of sex that we have where we bring more people into it. Like, do you still look at that as like a train, even though that ain't my nigga, but we locked in, we got understanding, and we do this all the time. Sometimes it might be the same two other niggas or one other nigga that that,
Uh
that we bring in. Sometimes it might be the same ones we bring in, but we're not together. But do you still look at that as a train?
uh I can say yeah because girl. Like if you had just two homeboys that were just or just two homegirls.
But
Because it's
what if we don't look at each other like homeboy and homegirl? We just don't go together. But we gotta understand it like I got love for you, you know what I'm saying? You got love for me, but we not together right now.
um I feel like to be honest, when it comes to that kind of feel like it's all bad. I feel like I feel like it's all bad because all that shit gonna end up fucked up. Cause one thing gonna play a certain part, but then everybody don't play that certain part. And most of the time, the part that people supposed to play and say they gonna play, it don't get played out. Shit, uh, yeah, you mixing yourself in some shit that you really shouldn't even be doing, cause that just too high of level shit going on, man. It's too many people involved,
so
and then
how
you
many
gotta
how
know what you
many
looking for. If you
so
gotta know
how
what you
many
looking for,
so
Lord, you can't be involved in your shit like that.
so with one female, how many is too many during a session like that? How many is too many?
Two is too many. It other than if anybody else, if anybody else doing anything more than one person, I don't. I'm just saying I don't know. And even though I ain't gonna lie, cause I've been in those situations back in the day. Like I don't in my whole life, I can count on one hand how many times I done had a threesome, and that was two times. in my whole life, and I'm 40 years old. But I have ran a train before too when I was in my younger day, when I was like with 15. Me and my partner Neum, it was a bunch of us. We ran a train on a Mexican girl back in Louisiana. You know when you little ball, you try to get a nut. You know, and yeah, but yeah, I done did all this shit. But I know one thing, uh when you in a relationship and people say we couples, uh most of the time it's gonna be the man that wants something on the outside to come in. You feel what I'm saying? Now I do got women like to play with women, but most of the time it's gonna be the man in his imagination, and he gonna try to test his old lady that she down with it.
Hmm.
Down that road, that's a bumpy road.
Why you say it's a bumpy road?
Uh,
I
you gotta
mean,
be you gotta have a certain kind. You gotta. I ain't that strong. No, I ain't that strong.
mm,
I ain't that.
well,
I I
I think,
I
I think, go ahead.
cause that ain't looking for that type of shit and feel like something wrong. They can't indulge in it, cause they couldn't. I'm a type of nigga. I couldn't go through no shit like that. And knowing and then knowing because um you ain't getting nothing out of that, but a feeling. Everybody just fucking. Ain't no money made. Ain't no money being made. We ain't starting nothing. We just busting. We just getting out.
Well, I think like, cause I done had threesomes in my relationships, but well, it's been years ago, but I don't know. I don't like I had introduced that to my relationship. I had introduced that to my partner at the time, and I don't really like. Why do people try to like differentiate between if it's you and your nigga and another girl, but then it's you, your nigga, and another nigga? Cause I done had both sides. I done been on both sides of the table. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying. And I don't. It was fun back in the day when it was me and my nigga and another girl or whatever. Yeah, that was cool, but I wasn't really into that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really into that because I be feeling like y'all don't judge me, your fans, your little views don't judge me, but I just feel like when it's two men appreciating this one woman, it just it just it's beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Different
Cause,
strokes for
cause,
different folks.
cause it goes back to you.
Now
You a
it
woman
it is it that is like a
and the same.
different that's a different level of freaky. You're right. It's a different level of freaky. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't strong enough to handle them type of situations and shit. Like if you're in a relationship, like when like my last relationship, like I knew not to bring it up because I was dealing with a jealous person, so that wasn't gonna work for us. But sometime in my mind, like I just be like, one man can't satisfy me. Now it have to be the only way one man to be able to satisfy me. Like I don't know, cause I ain't never. Ever since I had got on that level, that's how I done felt. Like one man not good enough. But one man could be good enough, but I just had not ran into that. I hadn't ran into it. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a motherfucker have to be strong to deal with something like that. But yes,
We as full just sexual or just one man, you know, come into your life and just,
no,
whatever,
I'm talking
whatever.
about like no, not like one man in a relationship or one man sexually. Now, I would like to try polygamy out one time. Like, I would like to have that on my bucket list. But I wouldn't want to have no another woman. I ain't against it or nothing like that. It's just that I done already been on that side of the fence, and I want all the attention and shit on me. I don't want no another woman in my mix. You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
But
tell you why I say I'm gonna tell you why I say that I don't do like I like this one time, like them two times when I had went out, I had met two girls. That was like in my 20s though. I had went downtown Nashville. I met two, and both of the times that it happened, it were white girls. You feel me? Because I ain't never did that with no black women or none shit like that. But I have done had where I done met two girls, kick it with them, fuck with them, end up going to the crib with them, shit like that. Uh, but we wasn't in no relationship or nothing. But the only time I ever did with just niggas around was when I was young, like when I was squirrel trying to get a nut type shit. And then like after a while, like I kind of feel funny like talking about after that shit was over because I just don't like to be I don't want to see a man naked if I don't have to. I can't
yeah,
I can't be in another room and then by as far as me as a man, like I don't want to see another man. It's all I done been to jail, all that shit. It's already bad enough. You gotta see where you ain't trying to see your nigga, but you see these things where niggas taking showers. You ain't trying to look at that and all that type shit.
yeah,
It just I can't nigga, my dick can't even get hard like that, especially not these days. Because now I don't want to. I just can't. I don't like. I don't want to see another man like in a room with me in a woman. Like I can't. I can't get right. And this
no,
nigga.
I feel you. I
No,
feel you,
I can't get
cause
right.
that's yeah, cause that's some of the reasons like why some men that wanna have them type of threesomes that make them not, you know what I'm saying, comfortable enough to do it because it's like, damn, this nigga, it's another nigga in the room with me, asshole naked. You know what I'm saying? What if he looking at me and with shit? Well, I fuck around, I'm trying to look at her and I see some dick. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that.
Now, now,
So
now, now, if now I'm gonna tell you that a nigga could do some shit like this. Like if me and another nigga, if he hit you, like if I hit you first, and then he come in the room when I get done or something. That's how we mostly used to, after all that other shit. But yeah, a nigga with some shit like that. But all that
and
in the
see, that's
same
what
room.
I look at as a train right there. What you just said, I look at that as a train.
Okay. Well, yeah, train. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, nah, I ain't, my dick couldn't even get hard like that. Not these days.
Now,
Cause I,
I
that, yeah, cause my daddy cut pine trees. Nigga, I ain't got beef with Mama done come in there with a nigga naked in that bathtub with that stitchy cord.
yeah,
You hear me? I can't do it. My man, I don't, I ain't trying to judge niggas if they do that kind of shit. But man, I can't do that type shit no more. And I only did that one with a bunch of niggas. That one time we had that Mexican girl. And after that, I never in my life did that with another dude and just
yeah.
mm-mm. But everybody got their thing. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
got their levels. It levels to this shit.
Mm-hmm. That's what levels to this shit.
Hey, it's level to this shit. And motherfucker gotta be strong and they gotta stand and I'm telling you, cause sex is the closest thing to that they say sex and death. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that saying about sex and death? You juggling them together, they kind of comparison like
Like go hand in hand.
I can't think of how the saying go. But yeah, because that's why when it get too deep, motherfucker getting caught, motherfucker getting out work early.
Because
You hear me? You been letting her get up, you been letting her fuck out.
uh-huh.
You been letting her get all the dick she want, but then you done got out for she told you she ain't fucking around. It's just gonna be you hood. When y'all get ready to do this, then you come home early.
Yeah, cause
Hey, pork chop. Room. See this big old Jamaican dick up here.
oh my lord.
You already had to see dick 2 or 3 times. You and him in there busting y'all later.
Let me share the live. I'm finna share it on Facebook.
Get out early. This nigga already in your goddamn house.
Yeah. He
Yeah. Come on, what you tripping for? I thought we had an understanding. You goddamn right. Go ahead, Miss B. What you finna say?
the person that I had started off with that engaging in that shit with, you know what I'm saying? I introduced it again, you know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is I know that, you know, uh a nigga can say no. So, sometimes sex to me, like, it's supposed to be fun too. To me, it's supposed to be fun. But
Uh-huh.
you right, like you say, that just open up a can of worms when you engage in shit like that. Even if you know what I'm saying, y'all don't agreed on that shit or whatever. Because like when we started doing shit like that, but it was like it would always be like the same person that we fuck with. It always would be it would always just be us three. But like now, I because I introduced him to that type of shit, and he know that okay, she will do that. Now now you think that we go together. Like you mad at me because it's feelings involved because we done took sex to a different level, so emotions done got involved. Now I'm just fucking everything. I'm just fucking everything in this nigga eye because I introduced him to that type of level of sex. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and when you got two people doing that, right? Who pick up who mostly pick up the girls, the female or both of y'all be picking up females? How do that go? When
Well,
people in it,
when I was in my past marriage, we had a girl, and I think that's been so long ago. I think I had picked the girl. I think I picked her, but I was speaking of with two niggas and one female. Now that's what I was speaking on.
okay,
But but most of the time it be the nigga. I mean the female picked the girl. But if the girl like if she kind of like new to that shit and she really shy or really don't want to do it, she just got there. I'm just doing this for you. Probably feel pressured or something like that. Then the female might tell the nigga, you know what I'm saying? You pick the girl. But in my case, I would be picking the girl. I'd be picking the girl if it was my situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the topic is everybody. Y'all in here. Uh, y'all see it up there. Is it damn what I have up there, boy? Is it is buying pussy the same as taking a motherfucker out the dinner,
Oh,
taking
we
out the
didn't talk
lunch?
about that. We didn't talk about that.
Nah,
That's what your topic
nah.
has said. That's what your caption said, though.
Yeah, what you the same? What you wanted
What
to
we was
talk
talking about
about? Some
last
similar.
night.
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah, so we didn't even touch on it. We talking about the goddamn
Uh,
threesomes.
how the fuck we get on that?
I don't
But
know.
that's content. That's content. Motherfucker get to run in their goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
B, you brought this up the other day when you said, why nigga, what you say about it's, just paying for the pussy, just come
Yeah, I was
straight out,
one.
come forward.
Yeah, I was
How
one.
should how should how should how should men approach it if they wanted to approach it, if they wanted to, come like that? And do you think what age range do you think is it cool to buy pussy after 40?
So, how do a man approach a woman if he want to buy some pussy?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's just straight out. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Years back, years back, I say about. Well, I can't even put no date on it because I ain't no telling when people thought that. But when I was down there in Fort Worth, so many. I did have a lot of niggas. I had a lot of niggas, but I wasn't fucking them niggas. It was always like niggas just always wanted to take me out somewhere or ride me around and shit. Like the show me out type shit. You know what I'm saying? And just for them to be able to do that, they would pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? But people looking from the outside, looking in, they see you know what I'm saying? They see shit like that and they automatically just think that a nigga buying pussy, and that don't always be every female situation. You got some females, you gotta give up some pussy to get all of those little perks. But in my case, all I had to do was just ride around with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let a nigga hang on a nigga arm. You know what I'm saying? Make the nigga look good. That's how it was. But then, like, when niggas, I ain't never been on no back page. I ain't never been on no motherfucking creepy crawlers, whatever that damn was. I ain't never been on any of those type of pages at all. Periods. Now I have
Hmm.
an OnlyFans page. You know what I'm saying? I know I just got my little uh pictures and videos up, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They have to pay for that. But I've never been on what they call it, as I guess escort. I ain't never been on no shit like that, period point blank, a day in my life. So, when niggas started approaching me, and to me, that's being a real nigga to me. When niggas start approaching me, knowing that oh nah, I can't step to her and motherfucking play no games. I know all I want to do is fuck her. But I can't goddamn come up to her and play these motherfucking games to get the pussy. So I'm just gonna go on and offer her some money. That's how it started coming to me. When niggas got up enough confidence and was bold enough, you know what I'm saying, to want to pay for some pussy. Then that's how it started coming to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's just what the and but your numbers have to, in order for a nigga to, I can't speak for everybody, but a real nigga, and yes, you can over 40, yes, you can still goddamn go spend your money on the pleasure that you want. But a real nigga not gonna approach you with no chump change. No. The first nigga that set my price up high like that, it's always been high like that. And if you don't have the money, then you don't even have no business approaching me. But I don't advertise. They come to me. They come to me. But they know they can't come small. So, that just
Let
be
me
what that
ask you
is.
this.
Cause I ain't looking for the satisfaction and I ain't even looking for the money. But if you wanna have a good time with me and you trying to get some pleasure because you're fantasizing about what you see, then you have. And so, you know what I'm saying? The real niggas, I done met some real niggas and they don't, when they approached me like that, they didn't know if I was that type of female or if I would cuss them out, accept the money or not. But they was bold enough to approach me. But when they made sure when they approached me, I gotta come up high with her. I can't say, hey, I got 60, I got 40. They knew that, but they knew that when they came up with this idea that they wanted to approach me about some pussy. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let me ask you this, Miss B. Do you think it's safer for niggas to just be real and approach women about buying the pussy, or they still should be trying to go on these websites?
To me personally, I never fuck around on no website. That's how nigga get robbed, killed, bitches come up missing and shit like that.
The reason I asked that because we already, I'm from the hood. I already know, hood nigga don't give a fuck. Nigga gonna say speak their mind, say what they gonna say. But I'm really trying to on the ones that don't even know how to approach like that. These niggas too shy. They scared to speak up. And they go on these websites
Yeah,
and then they get tricked.
they wanna be behind a profile and yeah,
Yeah, then they get tricked, thinking they talking to a grown woman, then they end up talking to a baby.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a risk of it. Everything is a risk. But I don't know, just them old heads. They understand the assignment. We ain't gotta go to no motherfucking website and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? The paper is right
Shit.
here. The paper right here. Do you want it or you don't? Do you want it or you don't? And it can keep coming. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the ones that keep coming that don't get tired of having your price up here. Because mine's was set. Mine's was set and it didn't never go down. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just nobody approaches me like that. But I mean, the way that a female carry themselves and their appearance and all of that, like that's what your prices is based off of. If you look like a motherfucking seafood ball, then you gon' goddamn get paid seafood ball money. If you look like motherfucking filet mignon, you're getting paid that way. So, you know, nowadays, you know what I'm saying, niggas ain't scared.
All, and for all the females out there, uh, that's goddamn me. If y'all goddamn know y'all, especially if y'all know y'all got a pimp nigga that pimping on y'all, please tell these people that y'all got a pimp nigga. Cause baby, see that done been in a real life situation, maybe. You hear me? When I used to be out here fucking all this shit, in my younger days, right? I had met this lady, right? Where I thought she was a lady. Come to find out, she was getting pimped out. But baby, C Nutt didn't even know she had a pimp. She supposed to be charging me for some ass, and I ain't even mentioned nothing about no getting a parking lot, right? I end up getting a number. I'm talking to her. Don't know she supposed to be charging me. She ain't said nothing about charging me. So
Yeah,
I get my kinfolk to drop me off at a hotel she say she was staying at, right? Over some
yeah,
by some trucking play. I go up in there, fuck her, do my thing, whatever. I'm in this bitch naked, Miss B. Next thing you know, don't you know, nigga went to knocking on the door. Boom, 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 boom. At first thing I'm thinking it was the police, cause the way they were knocking. Man, that nigga went to holler, started calling a name, and you better not have no nigga in there. You better not have nobody in there. And I'm so scared. I ain't even had a thought to jump up and put my clothes on. You feel me? I'm just still laying in the bed. So she get up. She so terrified. She done forgot I was still laying in the bed. She so scared of this nigga. She jump up and started unlocking the door.
She had to. She was gonna have to deal with consequences. She had to.
Man, and then when she unlocked the door, right? I'm still in this motherfucker, man. This nigga draw the gun. He had a gun. Don't you know he pointed the gun at me and everything?
Playing with his hoe.
Could and I'm talking about could have killed me. But if I would have reacted a certain kind of way, like I was tough or hard or some kind of like that, man, dude would have killed me, man.
Hmm. But you know
Dude,
what? I don't understand how. Well, I do understand, but pussy is so powerful. I don't understand why a female feel like she gotta have a pimp. You know what I'm saying? She gotta have somebody that can that she need guidance and need a nigga to goddamn run her whole show. A nigga running your pussy, a nigga running your money. Um, guidance about your money and your pussy. I didn't get that, but it one I did realize why these bitches need to have a pimp because these bitches really be lost. You know what I'm saying? Really, they be lost. That's what it all boils down to. Being lost because if I'm going to work, why the fuck I'm giving my motherfucking money to this nigga and he dishing it out to me like in a motherfucking allowance, like I'm a motherfucking little girl. I'm the one goddamn sucking the dick and fucking and hitting the ass and all that shit. And gotta take ass whoopings with it too. No bitch in their right mind, goddamn, gonna go through all that about their money that they don't win and lay down and worked hard for. No bitch in their right mind. These bitches be lost. If I was a bitch out there on the track, I wouldn't make it. Cause a nigga ain't getting my goddamn money. And how these bitches be getting tangled up in that shit. Like how you even let a nigga sit you down and motherfucking sit there and have a 2 hour long conversation with your ass to persuade you that he finna goddamn guide you and lead you and turn your whole life around like that.
well, you know how this shit started.
What they
They
be
used to
missing?
show us,
What they be missing? A
uh,
daddy, a mama, or I don't get it.
yeah, all that shit play a part. All that shit be playing a part. And then on top of that, you gotta think about, they show us in the movies with these pimps and how they be doing them and shit like that. They treat them nice. They'll buy them a little shit. Then just like when goddamn Ike went to slapping on Tina.
Yeah, it's all manipulation.
Yeah, then they go to jumping on them. Then they go to choking them and jumping on them and kicking them in the ass, trying to scare them and terrify them. And then next thing you know, she sleep. Don't even probably do drug. He done drugged her up.
Yeah,
He done drugged her up. Done shot her up. She don't even know she doped up. A lot of them be on that dope and they don't realize what's going on. Then they get to doing what they doing. They get to seeing it, and them niggas just know how to
yeah.
find a way to
By
get them
that,
caught. Yeah, get them caught
yeah.
up in that well.
By that time, they already strung out.
Yeah, they strung out on that dope. Yeah, they already be strung out, and a lot of them be strung out, and they look like models, and they be strung
Yeah,
out like a motherfucker.
yeah. You right.
Especially up there in them big cities, like Oakland, like California, where they still got some of them motherfuckers walking around looking like models and all that on the street now. And a lot of them
Yeah,
motherfuckers, yeah, and a lot of them motherfuckers be on their dope.
yeah. That's what the pretty face dope fans.
Yeah, yeah, you right, man.
Hmm.
Like for real though.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but I know I done dodged plenty bullets back in my younger days. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be one of them teenage girls leaving the house, running away and shit. You know what I'm saying? Be around grown men, and if I shit, I was too young, so I didn't know nothing. So I could have easily been swindled into some shit like that. But I think it was just like, I guess it just depends on how you think, because even though I was around shit like that, like I remember one time I was on the run, and I was around these grown men, and that was my first time seeing anybody snort some powder. So it was all grown niggas, you know what I'm saying? I probably was about 14, 14, 15, somewhere up in there. But they was sitting there snorting powder in front of me. But nobody didn't offer me none. But as like as I thought about that shit and replayed it one day, thinking about how I had survived on the streets and
Mm-hmm.
everything I had seen and everything I had been through while I was on the run, like just replaying it back, like damn, I survived that shit. Like I could have been dead, or I could have got on drugs, whoop de whoop, just everything I had thought about. And that, you know what I'm saying? I could see how females could easily get on dope, because I got friends and shit that we all used to sit and drink together.
Mm-hmm.
And most of my friends are niggas, like my close bet, like best friend. I got men best friends, you know what I'm saying? Then some of my men friends, we call each other sisters and brothers. And I don't know fucking shit like they be doing, but now for real, like they love me like that. I love them like that. And we just always real with each other. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of the people who I'm close to, they started out, we out just used to drink together. Then
Yeah.
years pass by. You doing, you started doing powder. You started snorting heroin. Then you start smoking crack. And I'm just sitting there looking like, you know what I'm saying? How we get here? I be wondering that, you know what I'm saying? But then when I think back on what I saw being a 14, 15-year-old girl on the run around grown motherfuckers that was doing drugs, that could have influenced me. You know what I'm saying? That could have influenced me or made me curious uh to try it, or if somebody tried to offer it to me, what if I would have said yeah? Or you know what I'm saying? I just think about all type of shit. Like when I look at the ones that I love and how they on drugs now, like how you get there, you know what I'm saying? How you get to doing, we was drinking, now you doing this, you know what I'm saying? But I don't never judge them, you know what I'm saying? But it be a sad sight to see. And then most of the times it do be people introducing, just like just like me introducing that type of level of sex to a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker end up liking it after I introduce them to it. Motherfuckers introducing these motherfuckers to drugs, and
And like you
they
said a
they
while ago, like you said a while ago, what you say a while ago, you said pussy is powerful, right?
pussy
See,
is powerful.
when these motherfuckers 16, 17, 18, early 20, uh, they 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 let they uh what I was saying, what I was thinking of, damn, I was thinking, I had it in my head a while ago, but they letting they pussy control them, and they ain't controlling they pussy. You know, that's how a lot of them get trapped on what we were talking about a while ago with the pimp shit and all this shit. Because pussy, and you, I feel like I might not be 100% right about this, but a lot of females that they got a pussy, and they know they the ones that make the final decision if they gonna lay down with a man. They the one to know that they gonna do all that, but they
Yeah,
get so caught up in a lifestyle that they pussy start controlling them.
So how do
That's
the
how
pussy?
that's how
So
power
how do
that's
the?
how powerful that's how powerful pussy is.
So you said the pussy control the female or the nigga?
I'm talking about as far as certain kind of women.
So
You feel what I'm saying?
how do the pussy control the woman?
Because just it go back when when they dating, especially when they pretty, then they go to getting older and they go to knowing these type of things. You feel me? They know that boys liking them. Niggas hollering at them left and right. They getting all this attention. See, that's the sign of the power of the pussy. You feel what I'm saying? Because niggas don't we don't get that kind of attention like the female do. Like when females getting older, they go to getting fine, getting titties. They get attention. They gonna have motherfuckers trying to holler at them. Niggas, we don't have motherfuckers trying to holler at us like that. And and
Hmm.
and and then,
Hmm.
well, yeah, we do, but not the percentage ain't like it is with
Yeah,
women.
not like with a woman, but
But that's what I'm saying. It ain't like here with a woman. And a lot of women know when they start smelling themselves and this and that, they know they can. Like I say, especially if they know.
manipulate a nigga,
Yeah,
manipulate
but
a
see,
nigga.
but see, they don't understand that why they thinking they manipulating a nigga at the same time. Oh, damn, boy, how can I say this? Um, they go to acting out. They go to doing things. Using they pussy to do things. Fucking with this nigga, getting all this type of shit. Then they uh end up on drugs and all. Especially when they end up on drugs. Can you hear me? You gotta unmute your mic. I can't hear nothing. But yeah, anyway, we had a good time. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the mic. But yeah, anyway, Miss B, we gonna do it again some other time. Yeah, I'm glad you came in. We've been on this motherfucker like 10 on Miss B. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I was
somebody
finna
had
say what
called and messed my connection up.
nah, but what I'm saying, the pussy is so powerful that a lot of these females, when they young and they doing all this shit, this life they living, they don't understand. Yeah, it become to the point where the pussy go, their own pussy go to controlling me, having them doing things that they thought they'll never be doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, uh, to be a woman and have a pussy, that's a powerful thing.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes yeah, we might think we wouldn't and ain't gonna never do that, but we probably we wanted to do it. We thought about doing it, but we just hadn't did it yet. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean the pussy can have control over the owner. Cause you got
yeah,
some bitches that are nymphos.
that's what I'm
Um,
talking about.
they can't
Control
go
over the owner.
they can't go a day without getting fucked.
That's what I'm talking about.
They gotta catch
That's
them
what
a
I'm
nut.
talking. That's
They
what I'm
gotta catch
talking
them
about.
a nut every motherfucking day. Everyday thought process is about fucking.
Hmm. And then want to get
Mhm.
on drugs and shit and see if they can fuck all night.
And don't feel good about themselves if they ain't getting fucked. So yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's why I say, man. Yeah, gotta be careful out here, dealing with people. That's why I say you gotta have an understand. You gotta have an understanding with motherfuckers. You gotta have an understanding with people and know what you're getting yourself involved in. That's why it's best to get to know a motherfucker. Like I was telling my partner Rico, he called me a couple months ago. Nigga was scared, terrified like a motherfucker. He telling me about the night before he in the house with the girl. He ain't peeping. He see the he peeped the scene, but he ain't peeping what's surrounding. He ain't peeping. He tell him to come over, right? But why we can't go in the room? Why we gotta stay in the living room? We sleeping on the little air mattress thing, but you say you the only one live here. This your hide though. But why we can't go in the bedroom? This nigga Rico
Ding
say
ding dong.
Rico man Rico that was a red flag right there. But he wasn't smart enough. Nigga trying to caught up, trying to get a nut. And he told me, he said by 3 or 4 o'clock that morning, he said that her nigga walked out the room, going to the refrigerator,
Mm.
going to the refrigerator, taking him a
Also,
piss. Wake up. You know how motherfucker wake up in the middle of the night, taking a piss, go to the refrigerator, trying to find a snack. Yeah. Rico say he had, see what it was. Him and the girl stayed together, but they were into it, so they didn't sleep together.
also cold blooded bitch. Cause even
I
they ain't
said,
sleeping
I
together.
said,
She
yeah. I said, man, that fuck. I said, Rico, you could have died in that bitch, boy. You
that's
could have
crazy.
died in that motherfucker. Cause you done met this motherfucker, dog. You don't do that. You don't meet motherfucker, dog. And I don't give a fuck if she say she got her own crib. Nigga, you just met this motherfucker, dog.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I almost got Rico killed up there in Kentucky.
Power of the pussy.
Trying, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And then on top of that, but look how he living though. He married. He still trying to fuck all these hoes. When you doing shit like that, that's what come with it. You
Well,
fucking you fucking you engaging with too many different kind of people. You feel me? You don't know how these people thinking. These motherfuckers, you folk fucked up. And a lot of these motherfuckers, they be trying to get two niggas to meet up so they can get to fight. Cause she already know this nigga crazy.
mm,
She she know this nigga right here. He finna do something crazy cause she trying to do it, get him locked up. No, man. Man,
oh, that's
babe,
crazy.
what you say you in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I ain't never been down. I said, man, I gotta get to Florida, man. You hear me? You know, I'm so country going to Florida. It'd be like going to Cali, as long as I can see some palm trees.
Yes.
Oh, got palm tree, boy. Especially nigga like me, come up walking outside, seeing them big ass pine trees every day and them oak
Mm-hmm.
limbs. My daddy,
What you say? He beat you with a what?
nigga, I got kicked out of school for 365 days.
What,
365 days.
what you do?
I body slammed the principal, the old lady, Miss McGay. Hey, she tried to paddle me. I body slammed her on the desk, right? But the reason I did all that because they tried to accuse me of saying I was gonna kill some white girl. Yeah, they said that I said I was gonna kill the girl, rape her, and hang her up. Remember?
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And you know when you telling the truth when some shit like that go down. Boy, I was crying when they called me out their office and she told me I was finna be put out of school with 3 to 5 days for saying all this shit. I broke down and went to crying. And then she gonna have the nerve try to paddle me, trying to give me 3 licks before they suspend me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we used to
Oh
get them. We used to get them paddlers back then. I had done got me a paddle ass whooping up at
okay.
school.
Yeah, we done did us a good hour with Miss B.
Yeah, I'm finna get. Oh shit, we gotta goddamn. We gotta set up another day to talk about them tricks because we really didn't get to hit that on the head. We really didn't.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
So we
yeah, I'm
got to
gonna
get on it.
okay. All right then. You know,
Okay, okay.
Charleston gonna be up here on the 12th in June in
No,
Nashville.
hey, I'm doing good. How you doing? Let me get 20 on I'm on pump 12. Yeah, let me hang up because it ain't gonna let me pay for my gas, baby. See, look.
See you later.
Okay.